All right, we are working on chapter 2. Please make sure you go through and really have a solid understanding of what each one of these terms means. They will be used throughout. It is important that you know them now, especially understanding assumptions and value conflicts and value prioritization. I would suggest please go to the list of values. Pick five of the values that you feel you hold true to, that in which you live your life. Okay, pick five. Break it down to 3. Okay, now you're at 3. What does that look like for you? And then go down to 1. What is your biggest value? I really want you to try and hone in and figure out who you are as a person based on said values, because you're going to need to ask yourself, where are you making value assumptions? Where are you making assumptions on your values? Where do you see value conflicts? Say you're going to have to pick, a value that you hold true to yourself, and maybe you're in conflict with somebody else. How might you resolve that? Okay, and then value prioritization. Say you have 2 values that are like of equalness. How do you choose which one you're going to go with? What does that look like to you? What are you willing to give up? This also pertains to ideal values and real values. Again, ideal values are the ones you would love to uphold in all life in all ways. Unfortunately, real values end up being the ones in which you actually need to apply because life happens. So please take a look at that. Also, I'd like you to consider, what are your morals? What do morals look like for you? Again, morals are the things that you hold for yourself, though ethics go beyond that. In the song, I use the word business, but what I mean is ways in which it's codified into a system. Systems are usually businesses and churches and hospitals and things like that. So when we talk about ethics, ethics are things that, again, are codified into a system, something beyond how you hold them true to yourself as a human being versus how someone might apply it to like a business or like a store. An example might be, it's ethical that you would give somebody the correct change versus shortchanging them, right? Also, morally for yourself, it feels wrong, but the business itself holds it as an ethics that you don't do that. Or like as a doctor doesn't give out patient information, that's unethical, okay? Whether or not that's what your morals are, the ethics apply to the business or the place in which they are upheld, right? And you'll see that in like business ethics or some things. There you go. Governmental codes, I don't really cover those. Religious values, it's based on, faith and spiritual truth. I don't push very hard on those. Prima facie values, that is loyalty, family and friends. It's respect. Maybe it's, how do I say this? Primacy values are things that most people throughout the world hold to be true, and that would be kindness. Maybe you're giving up your seat to an older lady who obviously is struggling to stand, or maybe a pregnant woman who needs to maybe sit. Maybe you're just kind and polite to others. Maybe you're respecting other people's rights for privacy, or maybe you're waiting your turn in line. These are prima facie values. Honesty is a big one, but if you can try and think of other ones, maybe that's being used in the book or the ones that I have listed here. Let's see here. Let's see, one more. Oh, rationalizations, please. I will say this over and over and over again, and I will start to dock if you stop listening. There are 9 rationalizations. 9 rationalizations. When you use the vocabulary word rationalizations, I want you to use one of those rationalizations and explain it in detail. Why does that particular rationalization apply to the situation in which you are using it? Be specific. I'm going to say that so many times. I need specifics. If you don't give me specifics, I think you're just guessing, and then I'm assuming you don't know the material. If you don't know the material, I can't give you credit for knowing the material. See how that works? So make sure you use details from the lecture book, from the videos that I give, all that kind of stuff. Also make sure that you understand claims, reasons, and warrants, because you will be applying those as well. Okay. All right, so just trying to make this short, sweet, and simple, but this is a quick summation of the videos you are about to watch. Again, the goal in this sing-along is that you will remember the things that I'm trying to teach, okay? All right, so good luck, have fun. Hey, look, I'm making an ass out of myself, and it's all for you guys, because I really, 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 truly want you to gather this information and utilize these tools for yourself. Okay, good luck, have fun, bye.